If we are thinking that ISTDP is about this vertical approach of major mobilization, this obsessive pursuit to get to feelings as quickly as possible, and not just a measure of feeling, but full on, the most intense, the most primitive, the rage and the guilt and all of that, and that has to be done as quickly as possible. If that's our version of ISTDP, then chances are that a lot will go wrong and it can be a destructive thing. You know, Davinlu's work in the 2000s with his closed circuit program and all of that, that is something to be very careful with. There are some patients that respond well to that kind of approach, but I think they're in a minority, to say the least. But if our understanding of ISTDP is one where we forge an emotionally intimate relationship and we address impediments, defenses, resistance as needed, and we do that on a case-by-case basis and tailor the approach to the case specifics, meaning that for some it might have a more confrontational flavor, for others it will not. But however we do it, we address those barriers to emotionally intimate relating and sharing, and then facilitate a process where the patient experientially articulates their feelings, their experiences, their life history to you, and then addressing residual resistance as needed, enough to loosen up the patient's psychic system and keep the flow going. Then I think that ISTDP is an overwhelmingly positive force for good. And when I read Davinlu's transcripts, by and large, you know, not the stuff from after 2000, but earlier, that's what I see. Like, look at the case of the German architect. He's addressing resistance when the resistance impedes the flow of the session. But then at a certain point, the patient raises his voice at Davinlu, and that, according to Davinlu, unlocks the unconscious. And there's no badgering. He doesn't keep going about, well, how do you feel it and how do you feel it? He keeps going with dynamic inquiry and dynamic exploration into the patient's life, you know, making links around the triangle of conflict and the links between symptoms and defenses, and facilitating insight as he goes. But the key then is to only address resistance and defenses as needed when they get in the way. So I think that this is quite a different picture of ISTDP than the one that I first led with. All right, that's my bold claim for today. See you later. Over and out.